There is a fifth dimension.
A dimension of sound.
Damn it, Frank! We tell him to be quiet. I spilled my hot cup of Uranus again.
A dimension of sight.
Hey, Arch. I'm gonna sock you in the puss.
A dimension of mind.
Nan Adams, is that you?
Next stop, the Twilight Zone.
Yeah, Trouble with Temple. There it is. I was like, oh, did we dethrone that? It's been so long.
Yeah,
I don't
right.
even remember.
Happy New Year, everyone. Welcome back to the Fifth Dimension Twilight Zone podcast. I am your host, Nick. We're back. We've been gone for a month, or we're recording a month before. We post a month before, after. I don't know. I'm losing my mind. It's the holidays. Jacob's lost weight. Trip's still a 2D character. I'm still black and white. I don't know what's going on. It's been a long, long holiday, but
Aren't we all black and white?
I hope. Right?
Very true.
Well, I guess we're all black and white. Yeah, true.
It don't
But
matter if
I
you're
hope you
black or
guys.
white, Nick.
Oh Jesus! Oh Jesus! No. But I hope you guys had a good holiday. I hope everyone out there in the world of Twilight Zone enjoyed festivities and the New Year and stuff like that. So, yes, we're recording a week or two before the New Year, but that's because everybody's busy. Triv has 2D animation, James Corden stuff to do.
What?
Jacob is selling video games. I'm working for a company. We'll leave it at that.
Company.
So how you guys doing? How was your New Year's that we are clearly recording on?
You know, 2025 is different than I expected. I didn't expect mole people and cars to gain sentience.
All happened on December 31st.
Yep.
Yeah.
All that. I'm a year older. A year maybe wiser. I don't know.
Odd Lang Syne,
Right.
man. Odd Lang Syne.
Did you use a beetle to suck someone's life out of their soul or soul out of their life?
No, but I'm game for it. I am.
Are you?
Kinky.
Do you is that how you sell like the expensive video games? You just suck the soul out of them, sell
Try
their
not
soul for
But I'm not opposed to it. Got to get them sales.
right,
Especially here in January when sales are soft.
Absolutely.
right. They're clearly not happening before Christmas. You know, clearly
No.
you're not busy right now.
Clearly have not been working to the bone.
Exactly.
Da 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 da.
So, oh my god, terrible. So you guys doing good? You guys at least had besides being busy as fuck as we all have been, it's been
My TV
crazy.
broke.
Your TV broke.
I had
That's
to
not
buy a new
good.
TV. Yeah, I had to buy a new
Oh
TV.
no.
I mean, it's
You
a
sure
good
you
thing
didn't
because I
just-
needed a new TV. I didn't like my TV. I hated it.
You
Good
sure you
reason to
just
get a
didn't
new
find one
one.
in the back of your store?
No, I considered it. We have TVs, but no, I got a new TV, a nice OLED TV.
Ooh.
Now I can see all the OLEDness in
Ooh.
stuff.
Nice.
Does that increase your lifespan as well?
I hope so. Kind of like sucking stuff with a beetle. That came out weird. But
I mean, yeah, sure.
I'm not gonna lie to you guys.
Um,
I intended on watching this episode again today. I was like, let me refresh it because I watched it like I don't know 6 months
6
ago.
weeks
Whenever
ago.
we initially said we were going to. And
I mean,
then
to be
was like,
fair,
but I didn't.
It's a simple
You really
episode,
did-
Yeah.
really.
I don't think
yeah,
I need
it's a basic bitch. You know, it's simple.
Yeah, very much
You-
is.
we'll
Hey, you know
talk
what? You
through it.
call her a basic bitch, she's gonna suck the
No,
life
I
out
said
of you,
the
man.
episode's a basic bitch. I didn't call the hey.
Yep.
It looks some context
She's
here. Triv.
coming
God.
after your ass. I'm just saying.
Gosh, Triv gets a new computer and she all of a
Really
sudden
coming
I
is like,
don't have a new
"I'm not
computer.
a basic bitch anymore.
I don't have. I've got the pieces. I don't have the actual computer. So
Well, the computer is but its pieces.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's all Reese's pieces.
it's no
You're
longer
gonna
a
build your own
potato.
computer? Oh no!
Well,
Why-
friend
Ah,
of mine
no,
is. Oh,
no.
there he is. Oh my God, he's in a
What are you-
compromising position.
What are you doing down there?
Jingle
Jacob?
your own balls there.
Hopefully that doesn't happen again. I unclose.
If it does,
I
we'll
unplugged
edit it in
my,
post. Damn it,
Yeah,
and plug them back in.
we'll fix it
Okay,
in post.
we're
What
doing it.
were we?
doing
We're
it live.
Damn it, literally. Yeah. So, Queen of
Do I
Nile,
sound, do I
Bussy.
sound normal?
Yeah.
Yeah, you sound
Because
fine.
it said like I had changed microphones and okay. Oh well. Continue.
Jacob, I don't want to know what you're changing in your life. I don't want to know what microphones you're changing out. You and your changing microphones. Jacob, stop changing microphones. Anyways, so yeah. We're back. It's time to talk Twilight Zone. It's time to talk the fifth dimension. Yeah, it's been a crazy holiday. I am looking
Yes.
forward for this holiday to be over with. I have like 5 more videos to do, and I'll be done for the year. And then won't post anything till Wolfman comes out. So I'm happy about that. Got to get those best and worst movie reviews out there and stuff like that. So yeah,
I don't have to do
yeah, I
that.
know. I
I
got
just
to
put
because
out
I'm
random stuff, really.
yeah, random obscure things.
I just did a video on the Metrodome training where I basically kept a Wisconsin accent the entire time. So
Did you know, eh?
Dig
I
it.
did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lots of hot dish talk.
Oh, hey.
Shit.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. So you're talking like the Mackenzie brothers?
Oh yeah, I gotta love that hot dish. And old Aunt Barb, she fell into a vat of nacho cheese, but she had a really nice coffin made out of chips. It was really nice. Just she served as both appetizer and entree. Really,
Why do you sound Irish now?
I don't know, man. All I can tell you is
You
that
s-
it sort of sounds like a nut, but I
The
don't
ebbs and
really know.
flows.
Are you slapping the bass?
No, I'm
Slapping the
not slapping the
bass.
vase. I think you're slapping the vase, and I think you need to get your ass back to what we were talking about already. I
Get
want
your
to
ass
know
to
about this
Mars.
gosh darn Queen of Denial, eh?
I don't want to talk about Queen of the Nile. Queen of the
Well,
Nile
you're gonna
bored
have
me.
to. It's why we're here, eh?
I know, but it's the New
Hey.
Year's. I got drunk last night. It was good times. Had by
Ah,
none.
fuck's sake. Get on with it.
Yeah. All right, fine. I guess we'll talk Queen of the Nile, season 5, episode 23, directed by John Brahm, written by Jerry Soule, production code 2626. Is that a
26,
palindrome?
26. No, it was a palindrome would
Uh,
be
Yeah.
two.
yeah, 626
Yeah.
62, 62.
or race car.
Taco
Original air
Cat.
date.
Or
Taco Cat, yes.
2662 would be a palindrome.
There you
This would
go.
be the same either way.
Oh yeah, yeah, you're
I'm
right.
gonna call it a palindrome because it's January 1st.
Man, you
Uh,
do. It's
I
new
know,
year, new
right?
you.
Yeah,
New words.
exactly.
New
New
meanings.
words. Yep, yep.
New us.
Uh,
Just new all around.
Same Uranus.
exactly.
Uranus is a palindrome. Why not? Why not?
Yeah, the original air date March 6th, 1964. Stars Ann Blythe, Lee Phillips, Celia Lovsky. Okay, so this episode is infamous for being terrible. I can
Is
see
it?
why it's
Eh,
yeah, it's considered like one of the worst episodes of the series, to be honest.
eh.
Really?
I don't really hate this episode. I think it's kind of bland. It's kind of a boring, middle of the road. Has an interesting premise. Reuses content apparently from what Triv says.
Yeah, the
And
last the last bit. Well, I guess we'll talk about it when we get to it. But
yeah, it kind of sucks the soul out of New Year's Day. I guess I don't know. It's
See what you did
Yeah.
there.
Well, it's new
Yeah.
life for one, and it's dying for somebody else. So
Oh.
exactly,
Wink.
exactly. It's such a beetle. I don't know what that
Beetle.
meant,
that didn't
but
make any damn sense.
Not a blue beetle.
you know,
And it's
I'm
not
not
a
beetling
palindrome.
around.
Although
I'm
perhaps
not beetling
blue
around the
balls.
bush.
Ah,
I'm not be-
ah,
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 ah.
ah.
I think he's winging it.
Shit. I got to wing it. Okay, so Queen of the Nile is an episode where man confronts woman about being young, but it's really an episode about how actresses in Hollywood and the wanting to be young, always getting that liposuction and Botox and whatever nonsense surgery they're having that every fucking actress gets in this day and age because no actress can be just normal. They all have
There's a
to
lot
feel
of
like
male
young again.
actors that get that shit too, though. So
Not as many male as there are female, unfortunately. But this episode is about an aging actress similar to what was that other 16 millimeter Shrine or Sunset
well,
Boulevard,
she's
where
not.
Favorite one.
She's not really like aging though.
Yeah. I mean, she
but
is,
it's
but
that
I guess we're all aging, but she's not physically aging.
Right. She doesn't show
yeah.
it.
I mean, I guess she's like Cleopatra or something. I mean, I don't know exactly what they're aiming for with this episode.
They're aiming
but
for the fact that she goes back to the age of the Egyptians and that she was literally
Queen of the Nile.
queen. Yeah. Now, be that Cleopatra, be that Nefertiti, be that some unnamed other one, we don't really know. But that's kind of
More partial to Nefertiti's to me.
Nefertiti. Oh, we missed you,
Cleo
Jacob. We
Pussy.
missed you. That actually sounds like a black exploitation movie.
It does.
Nefertiti's. Pam Grier is
Nefertiti's.
Nefertiti's.
Uh, so
They're with
anyways,
King or Pharaoh Ramses.
Rams.
Ramses titties.
That would be Richard Roundtree as Rams. Or no, not Richard. Mario Van Peebles. Is
There
it
you
Mario Van
Not
Peebles?
Mario, Melvin. His dad, Melvin.
Melvin. Is he the one that got AIDS or whatever? Contracted AIDS and
He-
still lived or something like that?
I don't know. Maybe. I know Mario is his son.
Da, da, da,
Mario's the
da,
one
da,
who's
da.
doing stuff now. Melvin was the blaxploitation
Right.
guy.
Man, we've come up with our own. We come up with our own movie. I think we should write this script.
It'd be like Black
Nefertiti's
Dynamite.
and Ramses. Anyways, so what to talk about with this episode? Man named
I
Jordan
mean,
Harris.
what we thought about it, what if we had seen it recently.
Thought. Yeah. We can make
Yeah,
it.
sure. What do you guys think? Anyways, so Chicago columnist.
So the ranking of this episode.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
I'm with
like,
you.
what do you
I'm
guys
with
think
you.
of the?
This
Yeah.
was just. I don't think that's why I was like, really is the worst episode. I don't think it's the worst episode, but it was just kind of a. I can't say it's like bad. It's just kind of there.
It's like the Jezebel territory almost, or Mighty
No,
Casey.
I don't think
Just
it
kind
was
of-
any. I wouldn't call it that. So
I think
my
its
thought on-
length helps with getting away
Yeah.
from Jezebel. If it was an hour long, yeah, it'd probably be in Jezebel territory. But I mean, it's just kind of like
It's a
there's
simple
no real
repeating
twist.
thing.
I mean,
Yeah.
you knew what it was pretty much from. I mean, basically what it was from pretty damn near the beginning.
Yeah, I would agree.
It's not
I mean, the title should
Bad-
give it away, basically.
Yeah, it's not terribly done. Like nobody's bad in it so much. It's just kind of that happened. Okay. It doesn't really have much of a twist. I mean, I feel like a twist should be one you at least somewhat don't see coming.
So we had creepy stalking old woman in the background for most of the episode.
I guess I didn't know that was her daughter. Was that the twist? Got me.
It was the fact that her mom was so
Yeah.
bloody old, but
I mean, is that mean the daughter's been around forever too? I mean,
no, the daughter
she
is
just
normal
sucking-
age. Like she's lived her normal life. When what is her name? Not Connie. The main person, Pamela.
yeah, Pamela.
When she says, yeah, when fine, when can't even say it now. When Nefertiti's is talking about the fact that her mother killed her father in a car accident, she's actually talking about her daughter and son-in-law. Like she's playing up the whole. But yeah, the daughter, from what I gather, and I think it's pretty straightforward, is normal age. Like she's 70. She started in whatever 1895 or whatever, and she's now in 1930 or 1965.
So what you're saying, Trev, is this is an episode about how women suck the life out of men?
No,
Yes. Oh no.
No.
Not at all.
No,
I
I'm
would-
sorry. I didn't mean it like that. No, no,
Uh,
no. Jacob,
Nefertiti's,
Succubus.
remember, and Ramses.
Succubuses.
succubus. Isn't that what she is? Kind of is though. Is she kind of a succubus in a way?
I mean, she's not a vampire, or she's not like a spirit sucker. It's through the power of the beetle that she's able to get eternal life. Yeah, so
the
it's not
power of
through
the
her.
beetle.
Exactly. It's not through herself. It's through this, scarab. So, yeah, kind of, but not in a traditional sense. I don't think.
All I know is hashtag for Jordan Herrick. Save Jordan Herrick. He's probably like in
Oh,
some
God.
mystical realm.
Yeah.
Hashtag Jordan Herrick. Or Jordy. They call him Jordy. I'm sorry, not Jordan Herrick.
Jordy
Jordan.
LaForge.
Jordy. Exactly.
Are we kind of going free for all on how we're talking about this? Because I have a few thoughts just generally on.
No,
bits
I
of
mean,
this.
I'm
We
just.
can't
it
really
is
go
what it is.
through the story because it's
Yeah.
just kind of. I mean, if somebody wants to
Yeah.
give a brief synopsis, go right ahead. But I mean, it's going to be brief.
Man gets his life sucked from a woman. I mean, what do you? That's.
I mean, she
that's
guy,
literally no.
like
He's a
reporter comes
reporter
over.
for Hollywood. She's a Hollywood actress. She seems like she's like never aging. He comes in and everybody's like, "How old is she really?" And that's like the big thing about this piece he's writing. How old is she really? And they didn't have like the technology that we do nowadays, so people haven't put two and two together that hey, she looks like pretty much the same age like what was it, like 40 years ago or something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it. So the whole time he's just trying to find out her age, and he gets like a lot of like cagey questions or answers from her, and her mom is like, "You need to get out of here. She's no good."
You know what she is, right? She's Sweeney Todd of Barber Fleet Street or whatever, the barber
Well,
demon
she's
barber of Fleet Street.
Wasn't he
Sweeney Todd, the
well,
demon barber, where
wasn't he
like
murdering people that he
she's just
thought killed his
killing
wife or
people.
something?
well, but she's
What's
not
that?
putting them in pies.
Yeah.
No, but she's like she's taking people's lives from them. So I mean, Sweeney Todd's that whole story of like he takes lives from people, and but it's the same type of thing where it's like, is it Jerry gonna be or Jordy? Is he gonna be like, where the fuck did he go? Like she's gonna get caught eventually, isn't she? Then she
She'll
just
just
brings
go
in
back
another man.
underground. She's been doing this for, if she goes back to ancient Egypt, she's been doing this a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but isn't Jordy like important enough for the paper or whatever that they would wonder where he
Maybe.
is?
I don't
I
know,
mean,
for his the guy, his editor or whoever the guy was, the fact that he had like the filing cabinet with exactly what he needed right there, and it's a Chicago paper, that was really weird. It's like, oh, let me pull out this very specific file that you asked for.
His name,
Let me pull out this other specific one that you asked
yeah.
for.
his editor, Mr. Google.
Yeah, exactly.
But what did you have to say? You said you had a couple things.
Oh no, just the fact that the information was so readily available to his author or to his editor on her specifically. Like obviously you'd build a docket with stuff, but it's like this whole bunch of stuff from him, and then he's getting like all of the random news clippings from Nefertiti's mother. Like
Yeah.
the other thought I had was like
It's convenient.
it's very convenient.
Mm.
And I mean half an hour, say what you will, but I don't know. It wasn't it had there was a lot of good. I did find it really interesting. Like most of the times with episodes like this in the 60s, she would have been caught, it would have been reversed on her, something would have happened. The fact that they let a woman like go that route and continue to take away men's lives, I thought was kind of interesting. Because I don't know, I
I
don't
won't
think you can
stand for
see
this
that.
trip. I won't stand for men not having power in Twilight Zone.
I
I
mean,
won't
to some
stand for
extent,
it.
what other episode have you seen? I mean, like Jezebel, was punished as suitably. You don't see
Nah.
that kind of dynamic, really. I found that
Well, but
interesting.
that
And she did win in
that
the
would be
end, so I
the
guess that was something.
yeah.
Like usually
But that would be the
you're right,
predictable
you see him
twist.
like reverse it somehow, or she gets her comeuppance. She didn't. She's kept
Right.
on, keeping on. But is she like
Kept on
doing this
sucking.
all the time? Because right after that, like as soon as it happened to him, like the butler or whatever walked up and was like, "Mr. Such and Such from the Herald is here, ma'am," or whatever. I don't know. There was a
I
new
mean,
guy just lined up. Is she just always sucking the souls out of people, or does she only have to do this like every like 20 years? Or
Well, it sounded like the guy that was there at the end was kind of came in off of the bat. Like he wasn't. He was. She said, "Oh, hey, come out when you have time," and he just happened to
or
come out at
maybe
that point.
or maybe the Chicago newspaper is like, all right, Miss Nefertiti's, what would you like next? They just like have a rotating, like revolving door of like news reporters that they sacrifice to her just to keep a story.
Very possibly.
Um,
I mean, they
I
only
mean,
mentioned four of them over the course of like, what happened to this guy? What happened to that guy? There was 4 or 5 listed. So I would imagine that it's probably something that's maybe over a 6-month period, but I have a hard time thinking they're gonna keep it like, every other day or something.
I
Because it
mean,
was weird.
she's
She would
dead
like,
today, so
it
she
seems
gone.
very tedious.
yeah. Well, and the thing, it was weird because she kind of seemed like she, as compared to killing them when she first met them, which you would think would make sense, she went out, wined and dined them, and then killed them later. Maybe Jordy was a specific instance of something different, but like, it's that tracking your
Yeah,
prey or whatever,
It's
or
kind of like, why
trafficking
did
your
she go?
prey.
Why did she do the whole dog and pony show? Why not just get him in there and be like, "Hey, look, check out what's in my basement."
Maybe it's a joy of the hunt. Maybe
No, maybe
the
maybe
joy
she
of
likes
the
being
hunt.
maybe she's
flattered.
Jezebel in Hollywood.
Yeah,
She
there you
turns
go.
into a tiger and eats people. I mean, you don't
A
know.
jaguar,
Yeah.
A
a
jaguar.
jaguar.
Yeah, the the
Uh,
the Egyptian thing was a little overdone though, I feel like. Like okay, you know what? Okay, you've got, Egyptian stuff all over the place. We get it.
well,
Go
but
to the Nile.
when did they find King Tut's tomb? Was that in the 1960s or was
Oh
that
no, that was
earlier?
1920.
But isn't like Egyptian culture like a huge proponent of the 1960s? Or am I
Uh
missing. I don't know. I feel like
I mean,
there's like an
Hammer
obsession
horror.
with.
There was a lot of mummy movies that kind of played into that, but I don't know. I don't
Boris
think it
Karloff.
was. Yeah, that was 30s or 40s, I guess. I mean, it's always kind of a horror movie trope of that era, but I don't think it's any more or less than any other era.
Well, I mean, I was looking up on Wikipedia. She does play. She is Cleopatra the fourth or whatever. I don't know if that's just regular
And Blythe?
Cleopatra, but
And Blythe?
yeah,
or...
Pamela. She is Cleopatra. It's weird because
Cleo
I think I
Smash
think it would have been more What's that?
Cleo Smash ya.
Cleo Smash. Cleo something's. I can't come up with these dirty puns like you can, Jacob.
Feel like Nefertiti's better.
It is more fun.
Definitely more fun.
Cleo Smasher, Nefertiti's, and gonna bang your mom. No.
Wait.
Cleo Smasher, Nefertiti's, and suck the soul out of a man. Anyways,
Sarcophagus penis.
Queen of the smile. Queen of the.
Queen of the pile.
Oh yeah.
How about sarcophagus
anyways.
penis?
Nah, that's
Oh
a
my
good
God.
one. We need to write this down.
We do.
Remember when
We
we
used to.
I was gonna say, remember when we used to have the what do we call it?
Oh, the
They're just not as
sexicon.
good
The
anymore.
sexicon. Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
think
they're
there's
just not
been
as
as
good
many.
anymore.
They're
Well,
just
no, I
having-
don't. I don't think there've been as many. In
I
the
think Rod
season.
Serling's caught on to us.
Yeah.
Season
I think he's
two,
caught on to
kinda
us
like-
60, 70 years later.
There were a few from season 3, but for the most part, we just kind of
Yeah.
let that one go.
Well, everything kind of has its time and place too. So
Yeah, we let it go to see if it would come back, and it didn't. We let it. Let it free.
unlike Nefertiti's.
Nefertiti's is coming back,
Yeah.
bringing it back.
Did you? So you know what makes this episode one of the worst episodes ever is the fact that the swimming pool shown is the same one used in the very last broadcast, the Bewitching Pool, as well as season 2's The Trouble with Templeton.
Yeah, that doesn't bode well for it.
Yeah, not good. I still think this is loads better than Trouble with Templeton.
Oh yeah, without
This one
doubt.
did not actively piss me off.
The other thing
I'm
about this
actually-
one, they recycled footage from Walter Jameson. So at the end when he turns back into Ash, they
Yeah.
use that same. There's you kind of see the makeup still. They kind of go to the Beetle, come back to him, go to the Beetle, come back to him. The next transition is like they do kind of the diddle-a-doo wipe on his face, and
Oh,
it's he
just
goes.
the Walter Jameson thing. where
That was
he
just the
turns
Walter. Yeah, that so the after that diddle fade, it's all Walter Jameson footage, including the
thought that
shot
looked
of him as
familiar.
Ash.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
The
that.
entranceway to the house looked familiar too.
Well, that house,
Oh,
yeah,
I'm
that's
sure
been in
it's
16mm
several.
shrine, maybe.
I don't know, definitely
I mean,
not.
it's been in quite a few, I'm sure.
Yeah, but
They-
it wasn't 16mm shrine. I'm pretty sure.
At this point, you know how many episodes? What episode are we on? 23 or something like that. 23. We still have like
143.
13 more episodes. They're just kind of reusing shit just to kind of reuse it. You know, they stole from David Fincher when they on the next episodes. So
What's in the bag? A box.
yeah, exactly. When you said she has a beetle, so you know she's
A scarab.
the judge from Sweeney Todd.
She's
Yeah,
a big fan of the Volkswagen.
No, her
Beetle.
companion is the beetle. That was the name of the companion of the
Herbie.
judge in Sweeney Todd.
Right. Well, it's also
Beetle.
it's a car.
Triv, stop correcting me.
Right.
Stop correcting me, Triv.
The
And I'm gonna
Volkswagen.
send you a beetle just because I like you.
Well, I'm gonna have. With that said, we should probably have Jacob do the opening narration.
Oh
the
God, that would
Nefertiti's
probably
opening
be good.
narration.
Let me just do both.
Alex is yelling at us right now. Do you remember how to do an opening narration, Jacob?
Oh, yeah, there it is. Jordan Herrick, syndicated columnist, whose work appears in more than 100 newspapers. By nature, a cynic, a disbeliever, caught for the moment by a lovely vision. He knows the vision he's seen is no dream. She is Pamela Morris, a.k.a. Nefertiti's, renowned movie star whose name is a household word, whose face is known to millions. What Mr. Herrick does not know is that he has also just looked into the face of Nefertiti's. The Twilight Zone.
Oh my God, Queen of the Pile, Queen of the Nefertiti's,
Starring in Sarcophagus penis.
Oh my God,
Queen. Penis pump.
Queen of the penis pump.
Queen of this penis stretcher.
Penis
Yeah,
stretcher.
penis stretcher of the Nile.
Yeah.
Penis
Yeah.
stretcher.
The great, I don't know.
What's in the penis
Nefertiti's in
stretcher?
the penis stretcher. Um. So okay.
Sounds like
The
a
So
great pee in my
porn
face.
children's movie.
right.
The
Rod
great
Serling's like, go
pyramid.
picture.
Peer up my ass.
Oh my god, pure up my ass.
Goatse
Wow.
in the penis stretcher.
This is how you can tell there's not much to talk about in this January 1st because it's Queen of the Nile, the boring episode.
Well, we're going to talk
Okay.
about an episode of the movie.
Well, to be fair, I tried and I everybody's busy and it just
Oh,
wasn't
I
going to work. So
probably
we're just
was.
going to leave that
It's
to the
probably
end
my
of the
fault.
series.
I don't
No,
remember.
it's
No,
mine too.
No, it's all our faults. It's we have lives, Jacob. You know, it's some people have to sell video games. Some people are 2D and just can't get out of the Twilight Zone. And there's me. Anyways, so Jordan Herrick or Geordie LaForge or
Jordy
Jordan Herrick.
LaForge.
He visits an actress named Pamela Morris, who is a woman that seems to not have aged. I think the setup for this episode is pretty bad because it doesn't specify that he's a. Does it specify at any point that he's a news reporter? Does he say that when
Yeah, in
he
the
enters?
opening.
Does
In
it
the
in
opening.
narration?
Yeah.
Oh, column, but it doesn't
Syndicated
like.
columnist whose work appears in more than 100 newspapers by nature. So.
It's
Yes.
just a weird. I guess whatever. It's just a weird opening. I guess it's just here we're gonna talk to a woman, and then we're gonna have old creepy woman in the background staring like she's like getting off.
You
on
really
this
have
or
a
whatever.
vendetta against the older lady.
Because she's just sitting in the background
just-
staring like.
Well, you also got like the groundskeepers or whatever when he gets out. They're like, this
Well, they know
Right.
what's coming. Pound Town.
Poundland.
So all the stuff that they're like using for flowers is just old like men.
That's why the
Dust.
flowers grow so well.
Yeah,
I guess.
they erect those flowers real quick.
Right. But he basically interviews her and he tries to get information out of her like, why did I see you in like a silent film or something like that? Like I mean, how does he find out that she like is a person maybe that he recognizes? Like it's never like truly 100% explained properly. He's
Well,
just like interviewing her.
He's referencing back to the fact that there was another. His editor tells him that there was another movie that was made called Queen of the Nile. Through his research, he's referencing back to this one, but then there was one earlier that he found out about. I mean,
But-
there's archives and newspaper stuff.
I
like
guess. But why
Maybe
why
Dewey
all of a
Decimal
sudden are they
System.
really interested in this woman? Like
Microfiche.
what
It's a fluff piece. I mean, it's like anything in Variety, anything in like Parade magazine. I mean, person of
Paste.
interest.
Yeah,
stories.
but
Paste magazine.
I hate to
Yeah,
say it,
Pace
but
magazine.
that Pace Mag. I hate to say it, that's kind of true, but like most of the time they're interviewing because they want to talk to him about a project they're doing or like it's weird. I don't know.
Oh, but
Usually is not.
You go to the ladies' like journals and stuff, or even things like Vogue. They always do those kind of fluff pieces, and maybe there was something else that knowing more about it, like oh, let's talk about your upcoming movie, would have been something good to add. But
I mean, they need something for a spank bank. I mean, I don't know what the fuck.
Don't you read Vogue and 17 magazine, Nick?
Vogue. No.
or
yes,
Entertainment
I
Weekly,
do.
they'll
Every
do
day.
they'll do bits on people and places and
Oh,
you
they
know,
don't do
penis
anything anymore,
stretchers.
Triv.
Well, point taken. But back in the day, this was the '60s, not the 2020s.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
60s.
Swingers and penis stretchers and
Stirrups.
I don't know. Like it just
Suck it dry.
I feel like they needed a reason to tell this story and they're like, "Oh, we're going to have a guy go see a woman like every other fucking story." And it just
It was
I
a
don't
different
know.
era
Nothing
though
about
for
this-
journalism,
No, I'm talking about was it who's the writer of this? Jerry Soule credited to Charles Beaumont. I feel like they needed to tell a story, and this is about as boring as they could come up with, and they're just like,
This-
we need to fulfill obligations. That's what it feels like. This feels like an obligation that they had to
This-
fulfill.
Feels like a part of a story. This feels like it would be like a part of a greater story surrounding the situation. And like we only got like a fraction of it.
Right. I
Like
could
the
see that.
truly interesting part and what's going to happen, et cetera, the Twilight Zone elements of it, we don't get.
No, I would agree. So it is actually, according to the trivia, is based off of a poem called La Belle Dame Sans Mercy or Mercé, but that's kind of all there is as far as or like what this was based off of.
Well, I guess it just I'd be kind of one. I'm kind of curious what if Charles Beaumont even liked the way they portrayed this story because most of it is him just talking to her and kind of coming to the conclusion that there's something truly off about this woman,
But
and
does he
you
really
learn
see
it.
that there's something off about her? Like he asks the questions, but there's nothing concrete to say, hey,
Well,
you
maybe
know.
he's just an idiot because he does go on a date with her even after the old woman goes, she's my mother. I'm her daughter." And it's like he goes on a date with her. It's like what?
Well, I mean, if
And then he
some
asks
hot
her,
chick's
"This is."
mom, senile mom told you that, would you be like, yeah, okay, I believe that? Or would you just be like, all right,
I
Granny?
mean, he does ask Pamela this question, like, "Are you her daughter or your mother?" I mean, I don't know. I it's fucking weird ass episode.
Okay,
It
so
seemed like
according
it
to
seemed
the
like half of an hour long episode.
it did. According to the companion, the final Twilight Zone script credited to Beaumont was Queen of the Nile. Beaumont had already made his statement regarding immortality 4 years earlier with Long Live Walter Jameson. Why do it again and not as well? The answer is Beaumont had very little to do with Queen of the Nile. He was in bad shape at the time. So him and this other guy got together, and about half an hour after we had a story worked out, I went home and did it, sent it, and they shot it the way I wrote it. So this is the Jerry Soule got together with Charles Beaumont, and that's why this
Yeah, I mean,
came out the way it did.
you can tell this isn't Charles Beaumont because Charles Beaumont wouldn't write this schlock
Right? He
like
had
this.
some
This,
involvement, but it wasn't like a lot.
yeah, he probably just like I don't know. Woman is doesn't age or she age.
Immortality is what the base of
Yeah,
it was,
immortality.
essentially.
That's probably all he said. Oh, woman with immortality in a Hollywood system. It's what it basically is. What Hollywood is trying to be, young forever, even though they look like, goblins and stuff like that. After the amount, I'm not even joking. Like, I
No,
don't
no,
mean it
I
to be
agree.
mean. It's
I
just
agree.
like
It's true.
it's fucking creepy. You see like Meg Ryan and you see like Demi Moore. You see, I don't even. I think the most beautiful actresses are Marissa Tomei and Jennifer Connelly, and even they probably had some kind of surgery. It's just like it's this idea of like hey, have to feel young, and they have to suck the life out of everyone to feel young, and that's what it feels like here. It feels like Pamela Moore has found the way to feel young, and she's able to keep that because you know Hollywood and its system is fucked up, and she just has the she basically has the fountain of youth, is what it comes down to.
It's not a very
I don't
good
know.
fountain of youth.
Well,
Yeah,
I
very
mean,
tedious one.
she gets to watch men disintegrate. I mean, I don't know if that's a boring life or she's happy because she can keep getting jobs, but at some point, somebody's, I guess, is going to question why this woman seems to never age, but I don't know.
Well, and it's look at any vampire through the ages, like the ones that have tried to keep in modern society, or God forbid, like Twilight or like straight Twilight. There's and they're playing high schoolers, but they're moving all over the country and all the rest, and yeah, I don't know. It's a trope that we have in modern times, probably not so much at that point, but
I don't know. I mean, Jacob, do you have anything at all?
I mean, not really. This is such a meh episode because it just kind of like it was kind of I don't know. Boring's not the word. It was bland. It just like I think okay. I guess one could argue that there's a twist, but it like just when you know what the twist is. I don't even feel like they tried to hide the twist. So I don't really like when stories like don't really try and hide the twist. Everyone obviously knows what it is from the jump, more or less. But you like the movie can or the show story continues on as if you don't know what it is, but everybody
Yeah.
does. So it's like then it just feels like a waste of time. When you're watching something and you already know what it is, and you didn't have to try to figure it out. It's just obvious. It's like even the people who made the media you're watching know that you know, but they continue on like you don't. It's like that. That's boring. Well, or just a waste of time. I mean,
Yeah.
it wasn't like I said in the beginning. I don't feel like anybody was particularly bad. I mean, the idea behind the story itself is not bad. It just is what it is. It's kind of bland. It's like it really feels like, hey, we're getting to the end of the run, and we have to make 30 whatever 35 episodes, 36 episodes. Okay, but here's one. Throw it out there.
Which
It
is
is weak
funny too
sauce.
because yeah, it's funny too because we still have a couple of decent episodes. Like The Mask is coming up soon.
That's when they
Um,
aired. Maybe they didn't. Well, that's the thing. Maybe they only had so many like good ones, and then they're like, "All
yeah,
right, we got 20 good ones. We need 15 or 16 more, maybe more. I don't know." And like then they're like, "All right, well, just scrape the bottom of the barrel." And everybody's like, "I mean, this is the end. They knew it was coming. Maybe they're just like, whatever, just put that one out there, send it out to die." This seems like one that was submitted to them like maybe in season 3, and they rejected it.
yeah.
No, this one was written like pretty late in the game.
Well, no, I'm
At
just saying
least the
what
way the
it feels like
oh that way. Sorry.
a
Yeah. Sorry.
rejected episode. And I mean, I don't know Rod Serling, but I would feel like somebody at some point when the show is at its height would like submit this and he'd be like, you know what, you're onto something. That's, I like where you're going. I like where you're headed, but do something else with it. Add something else. Throw some stank on it and send it back. But it didn't get sent back. They were just like, sure, that'll work. Sure, why not?
Yeah, it
It'll
kind of
hit
felt
our
like
quota.
it kind of felt like they were doing the lowest common denominator or the lowest I'm not going to say the lowest fruit, but
Low hanging
it's
fruit. Yeah.
yeah, it felt like I don't know. To say it's the easiest way probably isn't the right way to state it because it was something slightly outside the box with the way that they presented it. I mean, if you put aside the idea of immortality, the idea of a woman that is that long lived because of Egyptian means is interesting, but yeah, it just
It's kind
there
of
was
half-assed though.
if you're gonna even keep with the reporter thing, and Nick brought up a good point with that, make it something more. Make it, she's starting to show her age, like, she's gone, 6 months without being able to do what she needs to do. And she's got this big thing coming up. Add some, as you say, add some stank to it. Give it some
This is
drama.
this
Or
would be a
add
good
some type
crit.
of doubt. Add doubt to us. Like we know what it is. Put a point to where we're doubting. Is that what it is? Maybe it's not. Do a back and forth. I mean, I'm fine with the way that it works out in the end and all that, but there's no mystery to it. There's nothing. It's just like, okay, you're watching something play out that you already know the end to.
Right.
And that's just like, I'm like,
This would
all
And
be a
even if
right.
good.
you didn't, you could
Oh,
kind of guess at it because of like you look at Hammer horror, you look at all these things based around Egyptian stuff. That idea of immortality is well
yeah.
trod.
Well, I mean, no, I'm not gonna sit here and say I knew exactly 100% how she did it. Like, her mom was her daughter, and she was gonna put a scarab on his chest, and he was gonna blow away to Walter Jameson, go back 2 seasons. But like, I knew basically what it was and what was going on. So it was like, there's no intrigue here, there's no mystery, there's no reason for me to really pay much attention. Because once it got to the end, I was like, yep, basically, I'm not surprised at all in the slightest. That's basically what I thought. So it's like, why did I watch this? What did this add to me in my life? Nothing.
It feels like it could have
I'd
been a
like,
good.
huh?
Say it feels like it could have been a good Tales from the Crypt episode.
I feel like they could have done something else. Like maybe when that other guy came in, see what happens then, and maybe that's a different story. I don't know, but I don't know what they could have done. I mean, it's not a terrible idea. It's not a terrible basis for an idea. It really truly seems like a first draft of an interesting idea. But
Yeah.
then what do you, okay, you got the interesting idea. What are you going to do with it? They don't do anything with the interesting idea. It's like, hey, this is just half the story. Where's the other half? Because that's interesting, but you don't do anything with it. And I did like, Triv brought up, I thought, I didn't really see it at the time, but how the quote unquote bad guy does actually win and gets away with like usually there's something that thwarts their plans or they get their comeuppance or something. I mean, I guess I like that. And how for the time, how she is right that women usually weren't going to come out on top in a situation like this, and she did. So I mean, there's that, but it's not, it's like, not that I want messages shoved down my throat, but I mean, if they were going for that type of message, they didn't really like present it in a way that you would see that. I mean, Triv did, but maybe I'm just too dense. I don't know.
No, I just happened to, it just stood out because it just
Yeah.
doesn't normally happen when you're talking media in that respect.
Yeah, and I mean, if they had maybe like clung on to that a little bit more, not too much. Once again, I don't like having things like shoved down my throat, but like if they had clung on to that a little bit more, maybe that would be like, okay, I don't think it would have been amazing, but there would have been a point, like okay, I see what they were going for there. Here, I'm like, I don't really know what they were going for. I mean, I understand what happened and all that, but why tell a story that from just about the beginning we already know basically how it's going to work out?
Yeah. Well, and it was almost like a lamb to slaughter thing. Like he had all these doubts about her, and yet he was like, kissing her and going on a date and all that stuff. It just, and I'm sure for her maybe that was part of the hunt. You kind of draw him in and such, but
Play into
to see
that.
him, yeah.
I would have
But
been
he,
okay. They should have played into that some more, like a few lines of dialogue or something that would, or just show that she's like, hey, even if you know what's going to happen or you know basically what's going on, just see kind of like the diabolicalness of like how she is, like she toys with her food. I mean, that would have been like make her like a predator. I mean, that would have been something.
yeah,
And she may, like you said, that may have been what she's doing, but it's never presented that way, even in the slightest. And I think that that could be done well subtly, but it's never presented that way, really. So it's just kind of like, well,
very
that's
much agreed.
my opinion.
No, agreed. Well, even if he had
Yeah,
doubts,
yeah.
like you see her, or you see him like not stalking, but kind of just like watching or doing something to try and figure out what she was. Yeah, there wasn't a lot. Like it was very just basic.
Yeah.
What's that word? 24 minutes.
This is a story because it kind of repeated itself. It could have been told in 15, I think. Yeah.
I mean, this side of the
Um,
story could have been told quicker. I really feel like this, like, I wouldn't mind seeing this expanded beyond to an hour long episode, which would have given it, what, 25 more minutes? Like, of what happens now. I feel like there's something else that happens to this. I mean, I don't want to see just the same thing repeated over again in 24 more minutes, but like I don't know, maybe like the next guy catches on or something like that, and there's some type of back and forth or something. I don't know, but like I would have been okay with that. Like this would have been the setup, and then so we understand how it all works, and then we
this feels
go
like
into it knowing 100% how it works, and we kind of see the next interaction from a different standpoint. I would have been
it
okay with
just
that.
it just feels like an episode that doesn't have enough budget to do anything. Because
What
you
do you
could literally have
mean?
this guy talk to this woman, and the woman, you see like, flashback footage or something like that. I mean, something like, it feels like, oh, we only have like, $100, and so this is what we're gonna do with the $100, and we're gonna reuse footage from, Trip's favorite episode or something like that. But I
I
don't
don't even know if
know.
it's a
It just
budgetary thing because I mean, this is a talkie episode, and I'm fine with that. And how much does that cost? I mean, yeah, they got that effect with the Walter Jameson thing, but beyond that, two or three people talking, having it's dialogue driven. The rest of it, or whatever happened or could happen later on, could be that as well. I mean, it didn't need a bunch of effects or anything like that. A couple more days of shooting, maybe. I don't know.
yeah.
Just or writing a better writing, not better writing. The writing was fine. It just was bland. There
Yeah,
was no
Right.
point.
even if they would have done something where she as a different person like dated a guy and then, killed him off and maybe his son goes and falls for her and realizes who she is and there's
Well, I
ways to
mean,
make it more interesting.
Something.
you could have a story where Jordy basically is trying to investigate a story about a missing actor or something like that. And he goes and talks to this woman who may or may not know anything. And he starts to uncover, but as he realizes, because she offers him like tea or whatever, that she's poisoned or whatever she's done with it, and he's drinking it throughout the episode, and there are hints that she could do something, but it's one of those things where it's kind of like a slow roll until you realize that he is the next victim, and then it just keeps going on and on like that. So you could have it like be an investigative story where they're trying to figure out what happened to this guy, and she's a possible suspect, not suspect, but you know,
Person of
witness or something like
interest.
that.
Or that happened,
Yeah.
you know, it plays out the way it does, and then afterwards you see like some type of double cross where like puts the scarab on her or drugs her, and then she wakes up and maybe she didn't die, she's older and the daughter's younger, and she's like, haha, now
Yeah, maybe
I'm
it's like
I'm the queen of the Nile.
it's like a daughter mother. The daughter's become old and she needs another victim, so the mother's like bringing in men. I don't know, something.
Yeah, or I don't know, something like that, or maybe like I don't know. They could have done something with it, and that's the thing. They had this interesting idea. They just didn't do anything with it. They
Yeah.
just they
Exactly.
did exactly what it's like. They wrote down, okay, here's an interesting idea. A lady who uses an old scarab beetle thing, and she sucks the life force out of other people to keep herself young. Yeah, yeah, okay, and then no, that's it.
And
We're just
then
gonna do that. Like it's like, but
no, it
yeah,
didn't.
what happened? Like, what's the result? What? That's just the basis of that's the basis of the story. What happens? You know,
I
nothing.
feel like
That
I should.
that's
I feel
just
like
that's what happened.
Ryan George should be on the. You know, he should
It
do
was
his
tight.
pitch media for this.
Queen of the Nile's tight.
Yeah, super easy, barely inconvenience. Okay, so the ending of this episode basically, he drinks some tea. It's revealed that she is from ancient Egypt, and she sucks the life out of him by using a beetle, a scarab beetle that she has apparently
On his
like
taco
hidden
meat
behind a plant.
plant.
Is that right? What's that?
He's in a plant, just chilling.
Yeah, just keeping him out of sight.
But he was in a box.
Oh,
Hey,
was
that's
it?
what's in the box.
I guess
What's
that's how
in the box?
uninterested I was. It was in a box, sure. In a plant, a box in a plant. It's like a Russian doll.
Oh,
situation.
Russian nesting doll.
Yeah.
A Russian scarab beetle. But I mean, that's pretty much the story. Like he investigates and ends up dying and paying the price for her beauty. So it's really about a story about a man getting sucked the life out of by a woman.
Actually, a
Griff, I
beetle.
blame you for everything.
That's
Older.
fine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
you
beetle's the
gotta
guy or the woman, but she's like, daughter, shut the fuck up. Go back to what you were doing. You're lucky I let you live. And
Basically.
yeah. So, what a way to come back in the new year with a really tepid episode.
Woo.
Better than a shit episode, I suppose.
Yeah. I mean, I'll give it that. It's not like terrible. It's not shit. It's just kind of that happened. Or actually nothing
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They-
exactly.
They recorded some video.
We came up with better ideas though. If Rod Serling ever comes into the future, we have ideas.
Exactly. We have ideas. Nefertiti's.
Never
Nefertiti and
Hugh
and what was
Hefner
it?
ever
Queen
makes-
of the Penis
remakes this
Stretchers.
episode.
Oh, that's what it should be. Nefertiti's and Queen of the Penis Stretchers. Or Penis Stretcher of the Nile.
Yeah, like Queen of the Penis.
I don't
Denial of the penis stretcher.
Denial.
Queen
Did you hear about
These
Did you hear about the Nile breaking up? It was in denial. Or you hear about Nefertiti's? She was having sex in denial. Ah, 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 ah. You hear about the little engine that could?
No.
Oh my god. Anyways, yeah. Did you guys have anything else you want to talk about with this episode?
Nope.
There's not anything
No.
to talk about. The end,
Oh, she had helmet hair.
the credits.
She did.
Rod don't
Oh,
even come on to do like
that-
special advertisement breaks anymore.
No.
I'm upset about
But he did refer to the Twilight Zone as the Zone, which was kind of interesting.
it. He's getting real hip with the kids.
That he is.
Yeah, he was
He's all
getting
beatnik.
in the
He's
zone.
baby.
He's off in the zone. I don't know. It's an episode with an ending and a closing narration. Jacob.
Everybody knows Pamela Morris, the beautiful and eternally young movie star. Or does she have another name, even more famous, an Egyptian name from centuries past? It's best not to be too curious, lest you wind up like Jordan Herrick, a pile of dust and old clothing, discarded in the endless eternity of the Twilight Zone.
There you go.
The Zone. The Twilight
The
Zone.
zone.
The zone.
The Zone.
It's on fire.
Uh,
The zone.
exactly.
The zone.
We
Zone
don't
is
need a
on
motherfucker
fire.
burn, baby burn.
Because this is the last season. And they don't give a fuck.
Exactly. All right, Triv. Where's this located on the list?
uh, Pace has it at 149.
All
Basically,
right.
turns into schlocky. Sorry, it eventually turns into pure schlock. The out of left field twist is one of the is one of the especially pulpy Monster of the Week episodes. That belongs in Twilight or in Star Trek the original series, not the Twilight Zone. But IMDb put it at 75.
Wait. Pause.
Yeah,
I just read something.
yeah.
And this wouldn't have made it like immensely better. It would actually would have that apparently I just was under the closing narration under production notes. This would have made it this small little thing would have made it at least better. Like I think I would have seen it in a better light. This
Hmm.
small little thing says apparently in the original first draft script, a handsome young policeman turns up at the end of the story asking Pamela Morris as to the whereabouts of the now missing Jordan Herrick. She begins to flatter and flirt with the cop, setting him up to start the cycle all over again. That's not a big deal, but I think that would have added at least a little something to kind of just
Oh
show
yeah,
this endless cycle. It wouldn't have ended it because it really just ended kind of like,
yeah. The cycle continues.
yeah, this would have given it a little something, like just a little something that would have been like, okay, huh, a little not twist, but a little some stank.
Yeah, I agree.
I
Definitely
mean,
agree.
something that why would they not shoot that?
I don't know. Because
Whatever.
they had the
Regardless.
guy. It's not like they didn't have the guy there at the end.
Yeah, I mean they kind of it's like they half-assedly did that
Yeah,
and said,
no,
"Oh
I
yeah,
agree.
someone's here to see you, Miss Morris."
So
Yeah.
so ranking wise, IMDb had it at 75, but there was let's see, uh about 16 of them that were also listed at the same like 7.5, and it included everything from praise of Pip to piano in the house, passerby, kick the can, and long distance call. We're in this same like 75
Damn.
range or
Long distance
7.5
call
range. So yeah, they were all
in
the
praise
same.
of Pip.
Yep. So quite a range of different ones. But yeah, so
Holy
75 for
shit.
IMDb and 149 for Paste.
149 and 75.
Yep,
That's quite the jump.
it is.
Yeah, I don't think I'm on. I think I'm leaning towards maybe not as far, but more in line with pace this time.
Oh my
Maybe not quite that far.
God.
I mean that's a bit much, but I don't know about 75. I have to see our list.
Okay, I'm just looking at it.
Well,
So Jespel is at 123.
Mm,
well,
hmm
wait. Let me wait. Hold on.
Sorry.
Hold on. With that said, let's do the greatest ranking list ever, called the Twilight Zone ranking list. The greatest ranking list ever.
Trying to
Like
take
that.
Nick's
That was a
throne.
palindrome. That was a palindrome.
Yeah.
The greatest ranking list ever. Twilight Zone greatest ranking list ever. Palindrome. Damn it. Okay. So where are we putting this? Are we
Well,
moving this
Jespel's
past the
at
100
one.
mark?
Jespel's at 123, being that we brought it up and it is sort of a similar story.
I think this is better than Jezebel.
Oh no, 100%.
I
Uh,
would put this episode above Dead Man's Shoes.
so 108.
Of late, I think of
No, Dead Man's Shoes is
everything.
109.
109. But she's saying you put it at 108.
Well, would we put this above Mute, You Drive, Last Night of the Jockey, The Midnight Sun?
I don't think it's as good as those.
I don't either. Like last night of the jockey, I didn't think it was great, but at least did something. It tried something. It wasn't 100% successful in my opinion, but it tried something. You drive, I don't remember. Mute, I know I'm the one and only that kind of sort of like that one. Kind of stopwatch. That's the one where he's like stopping all the inconsequential bullshit and then he
Yeah.
breaks the watch, right?
Yep.
I mean, that tried something. Cliffordsville was what it was. Dead Man's Shoes. I like Dead Man's Shoes more than this. I thought Dead Man's Shoes was not great, but it was just like kind of like schlocky entertainment.
Yeah, fair point. I will say, as long as it's above 121, which is Long Live Walter Jameson, and being that this drew or had actual footage in there from it,
I
it deserves
definitely
to be
think
above that.
this needs to go above the passerby. I
I would
hate
agree.
that. Last Rites of Jeff Myrtlebank.
I think that one was more interesting.
That's the one where the guy's like a zombie, right?
Yeah, he's basically like comes back and he's like
Above
all
the
helpful
neck.
and stuff, and he's possessed by the devil apparently.
One more pallbearer. That's the one where the guy ends at the where he's like outside, like yelling and screaming. And he does the atomic bomb matinee thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that ending was terrible. Um,
So put it
what's Young
below a
Man's
kind of
Fancy?
stopwatch.
Young Man's Fancy. Which one was that?
That's where the guy turns back into a kid. Like they move into their old house and turns
Oh
back into
yeah.
a kid.
Oh yeah, and that really wasn't bad, but the whole thing with the mom in the end was like this too much.
Yeah.
Man, I think I like that one more than this one. I'm around the like 12, 13 area, but if you want to go higher, it's fine.
I'm honestly I would rather watch Jeff Myrtlebank. I would be okay like 113, 114. So above passerby, below or 113 would be
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm cool with 113. Nick?
Nick.
Nick?
Nick.
Wait. So
Nicholas.
above, above
Oh,
last rights of
passerby.
Jeff Myrtlebank.
Yes.
No, below. I thought you said
Or
below that.
yeah, so 112 is sorry, 113 would be the last rites of Jeff Myrtlebank. The new 114 would be this.
What is this
Passerby would be
queen? Queen
115.
Queen
Oh
of
yeah, I was doing it
Nefertiti's.
backwards.
Yeah, exactly. Clean Nefertiti's.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't have any problem with that. It's just like, whatever. As long as it goes somewhere, that's all I care about.
Well, that's
And
ideally
that's how I
speaking.
feel
Yes,
about.
sure.
That's kind of how I feel about this episode. It's like,
Is I shot an
I'm not
arrow
gonna.
into
I'm
the
not
air
gonna
the one
argue.
where they end up in Reno in the end?
I can't keep those couple straight from the first season. They all
Why
That's
is there
a shot an arrow
117?
into the air.
is it?
Yeah, I remember that one being all right. Oh well, whatever. That was a long time
Well, but
ago.
back in the day, like the stuff gets moved around, and
I
yeah,
feel like
Back in
that
the
one got
day, it was like
stuck
number 10.
low, and
So
it like slow. Like I feel like it got stuck low, and like
I think it stuck
we
low
kept
because we put
overlooking
in
it.
so much other stuff above it, and it just
Yeah,
you
I
know
think it's just like we overlooked that one a lot. I really, that's a deficit with our list.
more or less than
I stand by it.
good.
I think it should be better
Yeah,
than 117. But you know
better
what?
than Perchance to Dream.
No. Yes. Yes, better. But you know what? I stand by our list
Yep.
wholeheartedly.
exactly as you should. Damn you.
Until
I
the
don't.
end. Until the end, when I'm really gonna push for us to like rearrange it.
Rearrange.
I'm
See,
not.
Triv doesn't stand by our list because she wants to suck the life out of our list.
Yep,
I think
that's
terrible
right.
evil.
at the end we should all be able to pick one episode we have to re-review. Maybe like do one big episode where we re-review
I'd be game.
three that we feel strongly about, that we're like, man, that one's just, it's either too high or too low, and we all have to like do like a mini episode of re-reviewing it and seeing if we would change where it is now that we see where everything is. Just three, one each,
I'd be game.
one each.
You would want to do that after you told me we're not doing that. I see how it is. I see how
I'm just saying, I think that would be interesting.
I get it. I wonder which episode Jacob would pick.
I wouldn't go as
Um,
far as to say, hey, we need to do it to like the whole list, because then it would kind of nullify the whole idea of doing this over the course of 20 years that we've been doing it. But like, yeah, one, I think one makes sense.
There
I'd
you
have
go.
to give it a lot of careful consideration.
Okay, so with that said, new number 114 is Queen of the Nile. 143 is The Trouble with Templeton. Number 1 is The Eye of the Beholder.
And
Next
number
episode,
118 is a piano in.
The house.
Oh, that's good shit right there.
Jacob's been watching too much
My
Nefertiti's.
microphone went flaccid.
No.
It just, after I did that, it just it finished and just was done.
You need some Nefertiti's on that thing.
All right, so next episode clearly will not be shouted many, many times throughout the episode is Season 5, episode 24. What's in the box? What's in the box? Directed by Richard Albert. Written by Martin Goldsmith. Stars William Demhurst. Joan Blondell.
That's a name.
Joan Blondell. Sterling Holloway. Herbert Litton. So look forward to that. Triv, Jacob, thank you for coming on, as always. Quick episode, I'm sure. Won't take very much editing to do because the episode sucks. No, I'm just kidding. It doesn't suck. It's the
my
greatest
God.
episode ever.
I
It's
think we're here for an
Triv's.
hour and a half.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. Anyways, Jacob, Triv, content, where's it at? I'll let you guys fight over it like a beetle. No,
Go ahead, Jake.
Jacob, go ahead.
Yeah, that'll be real easy. Where's it at? I don't know. I have channels. Not much, not new stuff. I will be doing some new stuff. I plan on in the new year doing something. I don't know what yet. That's the truth. But you can check out my old content at Jacob Anders Reviews and Retro Jake XY. Got some, I think, good stuff there. And more to come. They're not totally dead. I'm just taking a breather. Really long breather.
So long, it sucked the life out of him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think I forgot how to edit videos, so.
You'll figure it out.
It's like riding a bike. You forget, then sometimes you crash into a wall or
Yep.
a sidewalk, and sometimes you make good stuff. Like Triv, where's your stuff at?
I had sucked the life out of too many people and now I don't remember. You can find me here on YouTube, Trivial Theater. I've gotten back into Riffstravaganza, so I did one on Death Zones, which is about bus safety with Kurt Smith. I also did a Metrodome safety video where I talk like I've got a Wisconsin accent the entire time. It's pretty goofy. Coming out for Christmas, we did Rhapsody Street Kids Believe in Santa, which is a complete and utter crazy piece of shit movie short thing. But we had a really good time riffing it with Narcotic Casserole. New stuff coming in the new year. To be determined on what that all entails.
When's mine?
We need to schedule something. I'm so far behind right now. I'm backlogged like you wouldn't believe. So give me a bit and then we'll figure it out.
Oh, you're good. I was just like, yeah, we
totally
up.
do. I am backed up. I've got Ram C's.
Yeah.
I got tit in common.
God. For myself, you should have already seen my best and worst of the year, as well as my most anticipated. So hopefully you enjoyed that. I'm taking what's that?
It's not even the end of the year. Oh yeah, it is the end of the year. My bad.
He's like,
it's 2025.
no, right. So I hope you enjoyed those videos. I'm taking a week off from that isn't part of our podcast from reviewing because I've done like 18 episodes so far of crap. So anyways, look forward to that. So thank you once again, guys, for 2024. We'll hopefully bring you some good content in 2025. So for myself, Triv, and Jacob, we'll see you guys next time in the Twilight Zone. Peace out, motherfucker.
Bye.
Never titties.
What's happening? What?
Oh shit.
Jacob is this is the next episode. You're in the wrong episode, Jacob.